Welcome to today's video on arrays. Now, Python 3.7 doesn't actually have built-in support for arrays, but it does have built-in support for lists. So we're actually going to make use of the lists that are built into Python, but we're going to stick to the following rule, and that is that the SQA tell us that an array is a data structure of fixed length that stores multiple values of the same data type. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, for example, I can have names. And what I can do is I can put in Bob, Sue, and Frank. Okay, now this is a very simple way we run it. Nothing appears to happen, but what we can actually do, what we can actually do is we can start to pop information off of this. So we can do things like, for example, we can display Bob's name by going the name of the array and then the position it is. So this is at position 0. We don't like to waste numbers in computing, so arrays start from 0, so it goes 0, 1, 2, 3, okay, all the way up. So now when I run it, it says Bob, because that is that position. If we want to display all the names, we could just do print names, but this is going to be pretty messy looking. Okay, because it's obviously going to display the 3 names with the information around them, so it's going to have the brackets and stuff. That's not particularly nice. So what we can instead do is we can use a for loop. And what we can do is we can say for name in names. Now, the SQA call this for each. Okay, so we can then just go ahead and print the name. So now what's going to happen is, and I'm just going to knock out this line of code here and this line of code here. For each name in the list, it's printing it out. Okay, so it looks fairly good. But that doesn't allow us to work with the index. And in fact, this is a very quick way of doing things with the for each. I really like the for each, especially if all you want to do is display the information, or if you want to work with it. But if you need to know the position of the information, then really what you should be using is for index in range len function names. Now, what this will do is this will first of all work out what the length of the names is. Well, it's only 3. Yeah, I know it's only 3 just now, but you might not know how long the array is in the future. So len names just gives us the actual maximum value of it. So then that then creates a little list, which then allows us to run through it from 0 to whatever number we're working with. So again, if I do exactly the same thing, except this time, rather than printing out name, I'm going to use names and its position or its index. Okay, and that's why it's handy to make use of index up here in the for loop. So now when I run it, exactly the same thing, you'll see the names displayed twice. Okay, so that was our alarm, obviously. Good news is there's going to be no pupils moving around in between this class. So that is very simply how we use it. If we want to change one of the values, so let's go ahead, and what we're going to do is in the middle here, we're going to update Sue's name. So what we're going to do is we're going to say names brackets 1, because remember this is 0, 1, 2 equals, and we're going to assign it a new value. So I am going to assign it with Mary. So now what happens is we run the program, and you'll notice we get Bob, Sue, and Frank, and we get Bob, Mary, Frank, because we have now changed this in here. Okay, so we are allowed to change the values that are within the array. Okay, now we can do other things with an array, and we're going to have a wee look at that in the next video. This was just a very quick introduction to how we use an array.